Yep. Rise, quick.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yep. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day and all that you do for us. Please bless all who are here and help us in making good decisions for our borough. We ask this in your name, Lord Jesus. Amen.
Roll call, please.
Matt Moore,
Here.
Bob Barlett,
Present.
Scott Gutschall,
Here.
Heavy Seer, Jim Steele,
Here.
Steve Knutson, Lisa Knutson,
Here.
Okay, we're entering into the committee workshop session. Financial was done last month, so we'll move right into streets.
I do have one thing for street.
Okay, go ahead.
So I had a business, obviously, you may have seen around the downtown area, you're starting to see more and more food trailers pop up in different businesses. I think the county does something at the annex on a Friday. I'm obviously down at the 3rd Street and Valley Street corner where Zane bought. There's some vendors there. And then Mike Buffington bought some spaces for a couple hours last Thursday for 2 food vendors to come in on Brown Street. So the request is there any appetite from council on a Thursday, every Thursday moving forward, from like 11 to 2, to shut down from the CVS parking lot to Market Street and allow a couple food vendors in there for, just to kind of set up for those 2 hours. And kind of cycle through every Thursday, different food vendors in the downtown area. So that was a request. Thoughts?
From where to where?
So it'd be from when you're coming down Brown Street from MCS Bank, you know how you can turn into the CVS parking lot there? Right below that, because people could still access CVS, and then just down to Market Street. So literally just that little section between South Plaza and
Across from
Market Street.
the old main building.
Yes.
Okay, they were set up for a week or so ago.
Yeah, just along there was 2 of them in there, and the request is, can we just close that on every Thursday? Obviously, probably to the end of November at this point, because of temperature-wise and stuff. From like 11 to 2, to allow some food vendors in there for the downtown. You know, Geisinger folks come over, to snag lunch and stuff, so.
What does our other vendors think about it?
I mean, from talking to Mike, he says that the downtown businesses seem to be okay with it. You know, obviously, as I talked to some of them, they encourage other food vendors in because it's pulling more people into the downtown area.
Have you gotten anything from Dan Batesel opening up a food truck corner? He's been advertising on Facebook. I don't know if it's in his lot or what, but it sounds like it's gonna be a thing.
Do you know where? No, I haven't heard that one. But this one, yeah, I haven't,
Well, as far as they fill out the facility use form,
so we just need the use form.
I mean,
I do have a question. Did we hear any feedback at all from the actual businesses that have restaurants downtown? I guess my concern would be they are taxpayers in the borough, in the municipality, and now we're talking about allowing other folks that may not live within the municipality to come in and set up a food truck in front of the business. I'd like to see how they feel about it.
Yeah, I will reach out to Mike and see if he's touched base with any businesses, and I can report back at the next council
And
meeting.
the other question I would have too, is there any transient fees for food vendors like that at all?
So, and Mark can correct me if I'm wrong, but council had changed that ordinance, and I'm not sure when, I think it was prior to
I
me.
mean, within the last 18 months, it hasn't
Yeah.
been very long ago.
That it was changed to allow food trucks into the borough without a transit license.
It was mainly for the parades, I think. Talk about parades.
The parades still get, they still have to get it to sell their novelties, but it was, I think the food trucks popping up around town don't need to get it. Is that correct, Mark?
That's how I think so, without.
Okay.
That would go same for Ice Fest and stuff like that? Because they have,
This is specific to food trucks.
yeah, and they have food trucks.
Yes.
Southside food.
Yeah, I'm thinking out loud that, you know, our job is really to represent our constituents within the borough. If we have tax-paying businesses in the borough, I definitely want to get their feedback before we moved on something like that.
Yeah, no, I get that. I will,
Are you sure?
I'll reach out
No, that's good.
to Mike and then see if he's talked to any businesses. And then I can talk to some business owners downtown that have restaurants, and I'll bring some feedback to the November council meeting.
Thank you.
Yep. Any other thoughts? Everybody good with that?
Move on to law and ordinance.
So just real quick, rental ordinance, meeting review. We met with some landlords here 2 weeks ago, was it, Bob?
Yes.
Just to continue to kind of gather additional feedback. Over the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna work with Caitlin and probably pull Mark into this a little bit and start to put everything to text. So be able to try to circulate some sort of text, updated text based on some feedback from the landlords, some feedback from council members, and get you some sort of text prior to the November 3rd meeting. And then, obviously, council will then have to decide how they want to move forward, but Bob, you want to talk about that? I thought it was a productive meeting, you know, we got.
Yeah, we had some good suggestions from them, and they were stuck with some of ours, but I think there's a couple things there that kind of came to a stalemate, just need to iron out, and I think we'll be in good shape here before too long.
Okay, so we'll start to cut the text and get it out to you in the next week or so. And then Act 131 ordinance in Chapter 2. Chapter 200, they were both advertised and will be ready for adoption later in the meeting. So, anybody else have anything for the end of the year law and ordinance that is on your minds that we need to take a look at prior to the end of the year?
And I'd sent some stuff for him, but that doesn't have to be to the end of the year, that's really for next year work. There's a couple of things that I think we should look at.
So, I feel like we've done a pretty good job of getting everything cleaned up. We'll get the rental ordinance buttoned up here, and we'll get that text out to everybody, and they can review it, and we'll go from there.
Section 6, or item number 6 here, amendment to the council amendment. I need a motion, we can take these all at with one motion, to add these to the consent agenda, and then we can vote on the consent agenda
So you may just go over.
after the public comment. Yeah, you can go over if you like.
So just the amendments, adding, we missed the Halloween parade safe trick or treat night, just to have that as approval. I have an amendment number 2 for the engineer agreement for the Penvest loan. This is changing it from an individual NPDES to a general NPDES, I believe is what it is. So I have that, and then a motion to add the facility use form for the festival ice, a request for the fees to be waived for City Hook and Ladder Craft Bazaar fundraiser, and then a motion to add placing a handicap parking spot at 82 North Pine.
So I'll entertain a motion to add these to the consent agenda at this time.
Second.
Motion.
Second, Jim. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Public comment at this time, if anyone would like to speak, you have 3 minutes, and it has to pertain to the agenda. Okay, so we'll move on. Well, yeah, we do need to, we just moved these to the consent agenda, so we can vote on this.
I pulled them all out.
Oh, you did, okay.
They're all out.
Oh, okay. All right, mayor report.
We have a third quarter marriage is going to be celebrating 30 years on October 23rd. And it would be nice for, if you're available, to stop by. There are a lot of activities that are going to be presented there. And there's also a walkthrough between 4:30 and 6:30, actually take a tour of the facility. So they do a wonderful job there. I was I'm asked to speak there, which I will be doing with honors. I know a lot about what they have to offer, and the children that come through that system are definitely better off than what they were before they got there. So just keep that in mind. It's this Thursday, the 23rd. The actual ceremony is going to be at 5:30.
Is that it? Anything else for the mayor? Police chief?
Okay, stats for September, we had 333 calls for service, 70 traffic citations were issued, 23 non-traffic, 11 DUI arrests. For our drug report, we had 5 active investigations, 4 new investigations, 3 undercover buys, 1 misdemeanor arrest, and 1 search warrant. 2 seizures of methamphetamine, approximately 5 grams total weight, 1 gram of crack cocaine. We also did a joint investigation with the FBI that began in Macon County, resulted in a search warrant being executed in Harrisburg City. They seized 1 kilo of cocaine, several ounces of methamphetamine, $20,000 in cash, and a firearm. And we also seized 2 firearms from a prohibited person, and one of them was a 3D printed firearm. So, pretty busy for the drug investigators for last month.
Any questions of the chief? Mark,
Do they have anything for the public meeting?
do you need executive?
No, not if, there's nothing that I would need it for, no.
All right, borough manager.
2 things, 2026 LSA grant submission. The downfall here is they have not awarded the 2025 LSA grants. So I'm torn on how I want to, what I want to put in for. Because you don't really want to put in for something that we already put in for and potentially are going to get. So just start to be thinking about some things that maybe pop into your minds of what we would like to put in for LSA. GSL is willing to do it again on our behalf. Just with no state budget, no federal budget, they're not, and nobody's flown at this point. So, we can put in for another sewer project. After we put in for it, we may get the one that we already put in for. So, do we want to look at some other things? Obviously, this isn't going to be awarded until 2026, maybe 2027, obviously based on the cycle and all of that. So if you have any ideas, any thoughts on what you would like to submit, let me know by the end of the week. I'm going to at least let Nick know that, hey, we're possibly thinking about this and get his thoughts on it.
Hey Tyler,
Yeah.
quick question.
Yep.
Do they prioritize those grants based on category at all, For example, if you put one in for, say, sewage and collections type improvements versus repaving of streets?
Yeah, so I talked with Nick the other day, and I believe they were ready to announce some sewer ones, but because there was no budget still, they had to hold them back. But it seems like once there is a budget, it seems like the sewer infrastructure ones are gonna be the first ones to flow.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not they come out of directly LSA, or if they come out of like PA Small Water and Sewer, if they come out of a sewage facilities grant, but it does seem like they are prioritizing the sewer ones first. But LSA, I think it's more of what can you see? They really want to be able to say, hey, look at that, new garbage truck. Because when you go down through the LSA awards from the last round, there's a lot of vehicles on there, a lot of garbage trucks, stuff like that. And they want to be able to say, hey, look at that big garbage truck over there, look at that police car, look at that fire truck and stuff like that. So I think LSA is a little different, and a lot of times it's who you know in Harrisburg at that point. So that's why this one's a tough one this round of what we want to put in for, because we do have a lot of sewer ones in the pipeline already. Which ones do we get? We don't know. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
So if you have an idea, you want something that you're thinking, please let me know, and we'll start to work on that. The deadline is not until the 30th of November, but GSL, I think, wants to start to kind of wrap their heads around what's the municipalities that they work for, what they want. The other thing is alley paving update. Seth, you wanna?
So we met with Paul Baker's last week, the week before. They should be here this week to get everything kind of staged up, ready to go. And then shortly thereafter, weather permitting, they'll be doing those 3 alleys.
Yeah, so I
behind
think
City Hook, Pine Court, and what's the
Down
other
the
one?
South Pine.
South Pine. Yeah, so I think Thursday, Friday, Thursday they're gonna be on South Pine, milling, prepping, and then they're gonna potentially move to the alleys, behind the city and Pine Court. Potentially Friday to start to pulverize and prep those. So I would say early next week they're gonna pave, that's the plan.
Weather permitting. Yeah.
Weather permitting, yeah, so we will get something out on social media and stuff like that. And I think we do have flyers to post on people's properties, just to let them know. There's gonna be a little bit of inconvenience, but give us 2 or 3 days, once the alley is torn up, it will be worth it. Any questions for me?
Okay, we'll move on to new business. Recommend the approval of the ordinance 2025-10, Act 131, Council and Mayor wages. It has been advertised, and we need to do a roll call vote.
So you'll remember that the legislature changed the salary limits for boroughs, and we discussed new salaries starting January 26th for newly elected borough officials. The salary for the council member will go up to $4,190, and for the mayor, $4,790. If you're a holdover in January, it won't apply to you. It'll only be newly elected or re-elected people. Any questions?
Mark, how's that work for, if we would have to appoint somebody? How does that work?
So they would be at the new rate.
They would be at the new rate?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so do I have a motion?
Second?
Roll call?
Lisa?
Yes.
Bob Barlett?
Yes.
Jim Steele?
Yes.
Scott Gutschall?
Scott?
Yes.
Matt Moore?
Yes.
5-0.
Next one's ordinance 2025-11, Chapter 200, refuge update has been advertised.
This is more like a housekeeping thing. You'll recall when many years ago, the boroughs had refuse bags, like actual bags that the customers got. And that's not what the ordinance referenced. This just updated it to reference the refuse tag that the borough uses now.
Do I have a motion?
Make motion.
Second?
Roll call?
Lisa Knutson?
Yes.
Bob Barlett?
Yes.
Jim Steele,
Yes.
Scott Gutschall,
Yes.
Matt Moore.
Yes. Recommend approval for authorized Borough Administration to sign any documents related to acquisitions of real estate. I'll entertain a motion for this. This is what this is doing, is giving these two people to sign, be able to sign for us without having to.
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Lisa Knutson,
Yes.
Bob Barlett,
Yes.
Jim Steele,
Yes.
Scott Gutschall,
Yes.
Matt Moore.
Yes. Recommended to approve the Halloween parade for 10/29 and safe trick or treat night 10/24.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Lisa Knutson,
Yes.
Bob Barlett,
Yes.
Jim Steele,
Yes.
Scott Gutschall,
Yes.
Matt Moore.
Yes. Is that this one?
Yep.
Recommend to approve the amended number 2 for the engineering agreement that Tyler talked about.
Make a motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Lisa Knutson,
Yes.
Bob Barlett,
Yes.
Jim Steele,
Yes.
Scott Gutschall,
Yes.
Matt Moore.
Yes.
Can I go back to I should mention this, the Halloween trick or treat? I thought you moved that to the 31st.
This is the parade
Great.
and safe trick or treat night.
And treat night.
Safe trick or treat.
Safe trick or treat.
We switched with them.
Oh. Sorry. It is the 31st, though, right?
Yes.
You okay? Good?
Yeah, I'm not.
These dates.
Okay, recommend approval of the Christmas parade facility use form. This was in the consent agenda, we pulled it out. Is there any discussion on this before we vote? This parade has been moved from a Saturday to a Wednesday evening. If not, I'll entertain a motion. This will be a roll call vote.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Lisa Knutson,
Yes.
Bob Barlett,
Yes.
Jim Steele,
Yes.
Scott Gutschall, Matt Moore.
No. Recommended to approve the community center for event on 11/15.
This was the sip and shop that's no longer a sip and shop, it's just a shop. The sip has been removed.
Good.
No longer sipping.
Just shocking.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Lisa Knutson,
Yes.
Bob Barlett,
Yes.
Jim Steele,
Yes.
Scott Gutschall,
Yes.
Matt Moore.
Yes. Recommend approval for the facility use form for Festival of the Ice 12/4 and 12/5 from 3 PM to 9 PM both days. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Lisa Knutson,
Yes.
Bob Barlett,
Yes.
Jim Steele,
Yes.
Scott Gutschall,
Yes.
Matt Moore.
Yes. Recommend approval for fees to be waived for the City Hook and Ladder Craft Bazaar fundraiser at the Community Center on 11/21 and 11/22.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Lisa Knutson,
Yes.
Bob Barlett,
Yes.
Jim Steele,
Yeah, pass. Yes.
Scott Gutschall,
Yes.
Matt Moore.
Abstain.
Can't do two things at the same time.
I get it.
Recommend approval to add a handicapped spot at 82 North Pine Street.
I make a motion.
Second.
Motion, or I'm sorry, roll call?
Lisa Knutson,
Yes.
Bob Barlett,
Yes.
Jim Steele,
Yes.
Scott Gutschall,
Yes.
Matt Moore.
Yes. That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna say,
Okay, public comment, non-agenda items. Anybody have anything? Okay, we do need to move into executive session for a short legal and personnel issue, and then I don't see any vote in it coming out, so we're recessed.